If you're a heat and air machine technician or even a salesperson, what's a skill you have to learn in the sales process that nobody talks about? This is a super important question. I'm Scott Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a perfect day to talk about you. Okay, you're in your sales process. You're meeting with Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, and they are a talker. They are a talker. And so sometimes what happens is you get appointments with people who are talkers. They're lonely. They want to bounce ideas off of you. But here's the thing. They don't ever let you in to have the conversation. They just talk. You have to develop the skills, the talents, and the capability to politely jump in. And I was working with a salesperson last week, and they couldn't do this. So what was a possible 30-minute appointment turned into about an hour and a half. And we got done, and I said, hey, what happened? And, the guy I was riding with, he goes, hey, I didn't know how to interrupt politely. I didn't know what to say and what to do. And some people just lose track. There's social norms for them. They just don't have them. It's not in their capability. They're just not paying attention. And so I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to work on phrases and words and things that you could use to break this conversation. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab a piece of paper and a pen or start typing some notes in your phone and start thinking of how am I going to interrupt somebody that I am meeting with, and what am I going to say and what I'm going to do, because you're definitely going to want to practice this. The first time that you do it, you're going to feel like, oh no, the person's going to kick me out of the appointment. The person's going to punch me. The person's going to kick me. No, they don't understand social norms. They're going to be okay, right? But be prepared, because they may not even realize that they're on their train of thought and that they've totally interrupted you. Before we get into this right here is why you should join my email publication. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not the YouTube channel, okay? So a couple of phrases. You could say, hold on. You could say, wait a minute. You could say, hey, I got to jump in here. You could say, whoa, just whoa. Or you could say, hey, can I add something? So wait a minute, can I jump in here? Whoa, can I add something? And then roll into whatever you're going to say. I really like congratulate them. I really like the path that you're going on. If you were going to interrupt me, I go, hey, hold on. I got to jump in here. A couple things. First, congratulations. I'm glad you're excited about what we're talking about, but I really do need to ask a couple of questions, or I really do need to clarify what you just said. Okay. So it goes like this. You're talky. I go, whoa, hold on. You're going to use some body language. Body language of sales here. Hands down, not like this. Hands down. Hold on. Just 1 second. Hold on. If you see my hands are like this, they're not like this. Hold on 1 second. I got to jump in here. I got to add something. I got to say something. I got to ask a question. So I worked with the sales guy last week on this very thing. Hey, whoa, hold on 1 second. I need to jump in here. We got something we got to go over. And what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to say what needs to be said, ask what needs to be said. I can think of a time where I was riding with a technician 12 years ago in Placerville, of all places, Placerville, California. Shout out to Placerville, Hangtown. So this lady lived on a mountain, and she was home, she was lonely, and she was a talker. And at the time, I was the corporate trainer for the company that was up there in Placerville. And so the tech that's with me, he's giving me that look. He's like, what do I do? So I go, hey, hold on 1 second. I got to interrupt. We have another appointment we got to get to. And he's like, oh, no, I get it. And she lived on a mountain. So for a quarter to half a mile, she walked out with the van, and we had the window down, and she was at a quick, pace. And we get to the end of the driveway, and she's still talking. And I looked at the guy, and he was like, hey, sorry, got to go. There is a point where it is your role and responsibility to break into a conversation and go, time out. You could even do this. Time out. Hold on. I got one thing I got to go over with you, or I've got 3 things I got to go over with you. I got 2 things I got to go over with you. It is perfectly fine for you to break into conversations of long-winded people so you can do what needs to be done. You have a certain amount of work that needs to be done. And there's times where if you are a salesperson that does in-home sales, you are a person that sells cars, you are a person that sells anything, you're going to meet with Mr. or Mrs. Smith that's super lonely and they have no intention of buying. So there's, as a bonus, because you stuck around, there's one last thing to do. Hey, I get it. If you're lonely, just tell me. I'll put all my paperwork away. We'll hang out for a few minutes. We'll talk. And then I got to get back to work. There was plenty of times, and there have been times, even up until the last couple of months, where people have reached out to me and Like, they just needed somebody to talk to. Like, okay, well, let's put the phones away. Let's put the paperwork away. I got 15 minutes. Let's have a conversation. There's nothing wrong with talking to people, but if you have to break in, you got to have the conversation. You got one of three things to do from here, just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it every time I send out a video. You, my friend, will get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, tag and share this video with a friend. I'll love you. Your friend will love you. It will be awesome. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.